That folk music that you play there, what is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses sing on it.
Shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
Bang! Hot dog!
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and our guests today are traditional Irish musicians, Siobhan and Willie Kelly, and with our guest, Regan Wick. Welcome to the show, who's also a traditional Irish musician and step dancer.
That's right.
What was that we just heard?
Those were two reels. The first is known as Joe Cooley's, and the second one is known as The Wise Maid. Two very popular tunes that you'd hear played around the world, really. With any Irish musicians, they tell me in Tokyo they have sessions there, and so it's one of those standard type of tunes. Yeah.
And you guys live locally here in Morris County, I understand?
Yes. We started out in Parsippany, and right after we married, we moved to Parsippany, and now we live in Boonton.
And you have a school, or you teach?
Yes, we have a small, informal sort of school out of our home in Boonton, and we teach people of all ages, children and adults, and we enjoy it very much. It's not our bread and butter, but it's a nice sideline thing to do. You know, we enjoy it.
Cool. And Regan, you also teach?
That's right, I teach Irish step dancing. I just opened classes in Denville, where I live. We're actually in-laws. I'm married to Willie's sister, Mary Jane. So
congratulations.
Kind of all in the family here, yeah. But yeah, and I've taught dancing for years back in the DC area where I used to live. And then we moved up here actually to be near family. And I just started teaching dancing about, I guess, half a year ago, again up here.
And we should mention that this is not your first appearance on Horses Sing None of It.
Yeah.
It was a number of years ago.
Many moons and hair follicles ago.
With Eileen Ivers
Yeah.
and Mick Maloney and Tommy Sands. That was a great show.
Yeah, I remember it well, yeah.
And as I remember from that show, you have some award for All Ireland step dancing, and from...
Yeah, there's all different kind of awards and competitions that go on the feis circuit, as they call it. Feis being the Irish word for, I don't know, Siobhan probably can say that better, what it is, but I know it for dancing competitions. Yeah. Anyway, there's those that go on locally all across the country, and of course in Ireland. And then there's the Oireachtas, which is the regional championship. And I competed and won various things in those in my competition years. Again, many moons ago.
Okay, well, why don't you give us some more music?
Sure, we'll play a couple of slip jigs. The first one is called The Red Steeple, and the second one is called The Kid on the Mountain.
Beautiful playing, beautiful playing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph.
We should mention that the introduction came through Dutch Cop, our stalwart cameraman and volunteer here at Horses Sing None of It. How do you guys know Dutch?
Well, we know Dutch going back years, actually. I'm trying to remember the first meeting, and it's been so long I don't know if it's through piping or before that, because I also play the uilleann pipes, and Dutch is a uilleann piper as well. So, but I think actually the connection goes before that, probably even before I took up the pipes. So, at least I'm starting to date myself now. Probably 15 years or so. It's been a long time. That's all I can remember, really.
So thanks to Dutch for bringing us this nice music. And you guys both have recordings that we wanted to mention. This is a band that Regan is in.
That's
the name of
right.
the band is?
Celtic Thunder.
Celtic Thunder. And the group is based out of?
It's based mostly out of D.C., although it's kind of split now between the New York area and the D.C. area. But its roots are down in the Washington, D.C. area with the Winch brothers, Jesse and Terry Winch, who started it along with Linda Hickman back in the 70s. And then I joined it when I came to college out in D.C. in the mid-'80s.
And folks who are interested in finding out about this recording and other information from Regan can contact him at, can you tell me?
Oh yeah, that's it's Regan at wickschool.com. Wick School is a website I have up for the dancing school that I teach dancing. It also services my sister's dancing school. She runs a much larger one in Colorado, so the website kind of has both those.
Dual purpose.
Yeah.
And Willie and Siobhan, I guess you have a recording too?
Well, not together, actually.
We're pushing. We're
Yeah.
trying.
We're getting towards doing that. But Willie's on recording with Mike Rafferty. He's Galway flute player. He lives also in New Jersey. It's called The Road to Balnakill, right?
Actually, the road from Balnakill.
The Road from Balnakill, yeah.
And for information on that recording and on Willie and Siobhan's teaching, you can contact them at Siobhan and Willie at hotmail.com, which is on the screen there. You have to copy it down carefully and get the spelling of Siobhan and Willie correctly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What else do you have online for us?
Well, we thought we'd play a hornpipe. And a hornpipe is a dance, it's a type of a dance tune. And I believe Regan is going to give us a step now. It's one of the more complicated dance pieces, right? The hornpipe.
I guess I'll put this on and say a few things about it before we go out. What I'll be doing is a traditional hornpipe. There are slower speed ones popular among the advanced dancers these days, but I'll do two steps for you. The first one, a step of my own composition, and the second one, an older step that sometimes goes with a set piece called the Garden of Daisies. It's also known as, I think, called Murray's One. These days they don't give steps names, but I think back a ways they did. And I learned that from several people, but a different version of it from Joe O'Donovan, who's a wonderful step dancer. I think from your part of the country.
Cork,
Oh, he's from
actually,
Cork,
yeah.
okay. So anyway, and another interesting thing to notice about the dancing is you'll do an 8-bar segment on the right foot, and then you'll mirror that on the left foot. And that kind of parallels the way the tunes, sometimes you play, in this tune you'll play the A part, and you play that again, and then you go to the B part, and so the dancing kind of parallels that.
special shoes to get that sound?
This back on? Yeah, they are. I'm out of breath now. They're actually fiberglass tips and heels, which of course is not very traditional. Used to be just built up leather soles, but sometime in the mid '80s, as you'd expect, when that material became available,
was easier and louder.
And you can do like all sorts of. It opened up possibilities of adding other intricacies into the steps.
What else we have?
Well, we figured we'd play a couple of double jigs. Earlier we played some slip jigs. And the double jigs are called, let's see, I'm trying to remember now. First one I think is called the Rambling Pitchfork, which refers to, I guess, migrant farm workers. And the second one is known as Coppers and Brass.
Can you explain the difference between a slip jig and a, what was the other kind, a double jig?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, one is in 6/8 and one is in 9/8. I believe. Is that right, Regan?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the non-technical definition, I guess, would be the phrases are longer in a slip jig, and the beat comes in. It's kind of a different place. The main beat or emphasized beat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Clean playing.
Oh, thank you.
And precise. Very nice. There's about 7 minutes left to the show, so however you want to plan out what you have left to do. If there's anything you want people to know, now would be the time to say it. We could show your email addresses again for those people who didn't get a chance to write it down before.
Sure.
So people know how to get in touch with you guys.
Okay. Maybe you might have time to slip in a slow air.
Yeah.
Slow air is something that people don't hear that often. It's based on Shano singing, old style, highly ornamented singing. I'll do one quickly here on the fiddle. It's called Aimin on Kinnick, or Ned of the Hill. It's one of the more widely known songs.
Lovely.
Thank you. So we do the grand finale,
Yeah.
then, will we?
Yes, we will.
Great. The
Gonna
long
join
version
us?
or the short version?
Got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, short version then.
Yeah.
Miss McLeod.
It was, yeah.
That was a long 2 minutes.